winter is like the North spring or anywhere else, anybody else's spring. We don't get a true winter. I popped my intercooler hose off, so we're gonna take a look at that. When I remove the, actually this is the drill, so the impact drill. When I put it on, it'll be with the ratchet, just to keep me from losing too many of these tie downs. And just as I suspected, my intercooler hose has come off, and it looks like my band clamp, my hose clamp, is the culprit. As you can see, it's completely undone. If the hose clamp didn't loosen up, then I would have found it like this. It still could have loosened, but this thing just completely came all the way unscrewed. My hose, in order to check it, this is a 2021 or something like that. Yeah, let me see. That's a 2021. So you wouldn't expect your hoses to be in poor condition so soon. I say that with a little bit of hesitation, because with COVID, quality has been sacrificed on so many different products, and you had a lot of corporations trying to source the goods that they needed, alternative goods, lesser quality goods. With Sea-Doos, I see that throughout the entire build. The hulls, I say, are pretty solid. The paint jobs have been pretty solid. I've seen most of the problems with the metals that they had to source. I think the drive shaft steel is terrible. Lots of people are going to have a lot of issues fixing their carbon seals down the road, because the drive shafts are starting to rust and pit within months. So something like this 21 down the road is going to be a disaster. A lot of cutouts I could see in the future with these drive shafts. So you can expect to see higher prices, higher costs associated with some of the common repairs due to what I just named. Also, the battery on this ski on the same day, which was yesterday, was bad. And I had charged the battery last week. We had a bit of cold weather, so I charged it at that time. Then the following week, it was dead again. That's a little unusual as well. Sea-Doo always recommends that you go through your ski and check things like the oil. Check your hoses. The oil there, see how that looks on camera. It's really good. I use a synthetic oil, probably more than I should. But when I change my oil, I take different techniques, because I do run a shop or run a business that repairs these. I have, some tips and tricks that I kind of keep or hold close to my heart, but they work out very well. And I test, all of my ideas on my own ski. This particular ski, as I mentioned, has 90 hours on it, 92 to be exact. For a, now 2-year-old ski, that's not bad. This here is a very simple fix. Sea-Doo used to put wax on parts like this. The wax would prevent the band from untightening. Those not really necessary, but because they thought that, back then when they were making the supercharged skis, they thought so highly of their performance ski that they went the extra mile. Now they see that some of those things aren't really necessary. They could save some time and money not doing them. I also see an issue with this clamp. This clamp is too short. And that might be one of the reasons why it came loose, is we're not getting enough teeth on here to cause it to lock. It's supposed to lock at any turn, but for it to come completely undone like it did, lets me know, as I'm trying to put it back on, that it was already near the end of its any loosening that this would do would cause it to completely open. So honestly, I don't see a way that I could get this on here. It's just too tight right now. So I'm gonna switch this clamp out. This clamp is just not gonna work. Lucky for me, I have other clamps, but this is an OEM clamp, and it's just not large enough. So I'm gonna exchange the clamp that I found on here with a clamp that has a lot more left on the end. It's gonna allow me to get the hose in the correct spot and tighten this a lot easier. And ultimately, keep this from happening again. For me, reliability is everything. I can't fix my own ski when I have customers who are also wanting theirs fixed. So reliability is everything for me, and I can't have this happening. Just like that, we're good to go. What I'm gonna do is check all my other clamps, at least the ones I can reach or see. If you are working on an older ski or you own an older ski, I would recommend considering getting new hoses. After about 6 years, these hoses just aren't the same. They get a little bit too pliable. So it's going to be a good idea to change them out. I think we're done here. I took care of my issue, very simple issue. Ski's been running very well for me. I'm very happy about that. I'm happy with the mods that I have. I have the exhaust mod from Wetjet Performance. I love the sound of it. It's just amazing. I have their power filter with the cover. It's doing very well for me. No rusting, no issues, nothing to check there. I also have a catch can. I'll show you guys on the inside here. So I tightened that hose clamp back there, this one right here. These are always checked, so they're fine. I'm not gonna mess with them. So I'm running the Wetjet exhaust with the, I guess, through hole tip. Catch can is holding up very well for me. I don't have to drain it too much because I have my oil at a specific level that I won't divulge into. One of the secrets I have. My key to going so quickly is I'm running this. I also got this from Wetjet as well. This is a scom. I don't know, anything about scoms. I don't know what's what and who's who. But this one works just as advertised. I plugged it in. The ski was already pretty quick at 73. After the scom, I'm running 80. On any regularly 78. All the time, 78 is just there. And there are times where in prime conditions I can do 80 very consistently. So I love it. I recommend that you guys also, as we're getting back into the riding season or heavy riding season, because it never stops here, to check your oil, get your oil changed, check your antifreeze, get it changed if it's recommended. Make sure your hoses are tight so that you can have a trouble, worry-free, breakdown-free riding season. These are things actually that you have to do very regularly anyway. Almost, I think Sea-Doo says every ride. If you take a look at their pre-ride manuals. I know in the Houston area, I think in our group that of riders from Houston, we definitely look to Mancuso North to do some work. I like WFO Performance a lot, and I also, of course, love my own shop, Sea-Doo Repair Maintenance. I only work on Sea-Doos, 4-stroke or Sea-Doos, so you got options. The thing is, more than anything, I love riding. So if you're one of those people who like to ride, you're in the Houston area, or you just like to work out of your own garage and you work on your own ski, hey man, look, that's awesome too. That's how I started, and that's who I am at heart. So if that's how you are, hey, more power to you. Definitely make sure your ski's ready to rock and roll so we can go out there and have some fun, because that's really what I love doing, is just riding. And oh, let me show you this. I was telling you about the carbon seal buildup, and got my flashlight. That's on my ski, and I'm doing everything I can. Let's let that focus to prevent that. The metal is just trash. You know, you can wash it as much as you want. I put grease on there. You can do whatever you want. The steel on the drive shaft is just pure trash. So that's going to be one of the big things I see going forward. But until then, you know, I'm just going to enjoy and ride and have a good time. I love the power. I love the product that Sea-Doo is putting out. I love these colors. I hope that they keep that going. I just love, love, love it. Until then, you know, if you're in the Houston area and you're trying to ride, hey man, leave a comment. Let's try to organize something. We have plenty of rides, plenty of times to meet up, and let's just run all this gas out of these tanks.